So on the podcast, you have the camera sort of, is that sort of filming you talking, sort of a face shot of you talking?
No, no, it's all audio. The podcast is
Oh,
strictly
okay.
audio.
And
Nobody wants to look at my ugly face talk for an hour and a half, you know?
have you ever thought about doing that going in front of the camera?
The video podcast deal?
Or just any of your videos sort of. I guess you do
Well,
you have
I
the
do,
yeah.
but not too often. You know,
Okay.
I do have videos where I get in the camera. Although, you know, you do make a good point. It's been a while, since I've been in front of the camera. maybe a couple months. But no, I do plenty of FaceTime stuff. I used to do a lot of FaceTime stuff. Actually, a lot of my old reviews I would cut into FaceTime stuff, which actually I kind of miss doing that kind of stuff. But like I said, it's a lot easier just to voice over, throw the footage in there, and you know maybe I'm being a little bit lazy, but it's just it's time consuming.
Yeah, yeah. And where do you see this everything you do with the YouTube and with the website and the videos and the arcades? And you've mentioned earlier on in the interview that if you're not people shouldn't necessarily aim for making money out of partnerships, but perhaps it could lead to something in the future with getting a job in the video game industry or something like that. Is that something that you think about when you're sort of planning ahead for where your channel's going to go and how it's going to develop?
I mean, the future's hard to say. Like, I love doing this stuff. I feel like I'm in my second wind of doing stuff because it was a period of time, I'd say a good 6 months, where I was just kind of in a slump a little bit about the whole YouTube thing. Because, I mean, you do kind of feed off the feedback of the fans or your viewers and stuff. And if you're not getting that positive reinforcement, or you're not getting that that a lot of feedback that you really expect, it is kind of a bummer. But at the end of the day, I mean, you gotta love what you're doing. Don't do it for the money. And yes, if it does, lead into something into the gaming industry, or their opportunities do come up and stuff, that's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah.
But like I said, I've met a lot of good people.
Yeah.
I met you. I mean, there's plenty of people. No, I'm saying that, seriously. I've met a lot of cool people on YouTube. I've met a lot of them in person. I've made like really good friendships, and we all share the same passion.
Yeah. And have you ever?
That's how
Yeah. Sorry. Go on.
I would say that's how I met Yuri of Wind.
Yeah.
Happy Console Gamer. I've known him since day one, since I started doing this. Splatter Trigger. I mean, I can go on and on to a bunch of YouTubers. Pete Dorr that I've met in real life, but it's cool.
Yeah, and obviously with the time you put into your YouTube channel, and you're saying the people you meet in there, have you ever felt like you've sort of lost or sort of moved away from some of the friends you had before the YouTube channel onto these people who you've met on YouTube, sort of thing?
When I started YouTube, I kind of had a clique of friends and stuff, and it kind of just started out as this, one guy he doesn't make videos anymore, but his name was Fidgeberto, and he was like my good friend for a good 2 years, where we just kind of fed off each other's stupidity. His videos were awesome, and I still think they're some of the best video game reviews that are ever out there. Yeah. But he recognized my stuff earlier on. We had similar styles, and we became friends, and that's kind of how it spawned off. And sure, I've met other friends throughout time. Hence, Sinister Moon on my podcast. Like, I've known the guy for probably as long as I've been doing this stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of people I talk to are just straight up fans. They don't necessarily make videos. They just we just share similar interests. So there's a lot of positive things that came out of YouTube, and that's kind of the big message I think out of this whole thing.
Yeah. And now, how much do you want to get your fans sort of involved in your channel? You mentioned there you sometimes just talk to fans who don't necessarily make their own videos. So is that something you're very conscious of doing, getting people that have subscribed to your channel and sort of support you, getting them sort of giving something back to them, I guess?
I'll be honest, like, I don't interact a lot with fans besides comments or like my podcast. Like, I don't really go out of my way and do like big fan parties or shindigs or live streams. I do sometimes, but that's just not my thing. The music channel I would use to do like blog TVs or Justin TV sessions. We would kind of review and get everyone involved. At the end of the day, the videos I make them because I want to make them. Yeah.
And does it ever seem strange to you, sort of, that you've got sort of thousands of people watching your videos? Does it ever feel surreal?
Earlier on, yes. Now it doesn't really feel like a lot of people.
Okay.
Which is kind of funny because 3 years ago there really wasn't a big community, but now, I mean, look how much it's spanned. I mean, you have reviewers that were, in the heyday. Now you've got collectors. Collecting is huge now. Doing collections, which is not necessarily my thing, but there is a market for those people, and A lot of them do very well for themselves. So
Yep.
you have collectors, and you have now this arcade stuff, and I'm seeing tons of arcade people pop up. You got the skit kind of people, like that guy with the glasses and that kind of stuff. I mean, so there's definitely lots of different subgenres in the gaming community, but at the end of the day, we're all kind of unified together. We all kind of do the same thing. We all have the same passion.
Yeah, and it sounds like you feed off the positive. You've mentioned a few times that you feed off the positive feedback that you get from your video game channel. And I'm guessing as you started out your channel, obviously it's hard when you start to get people subscribing to your channel and watching your videos and stuff. So, how did you sort of keep the motivation to keep going when you had a smaller channel and perhaps you weren't getting as much positive feedback as you do now?
Like earlier on, like back in the heyday of YouTube, although it wasn't that long ago, 2 or 3 years ago, like if you would get a bigger time YouTube guys with a lot of subscribers that would shout you out, like shout out videos were always awesome back in the day. Like, that's how you would get lots of recognition, lots of new viewers and stuff. And it was really like a sure thing to get hundreds more of subscribers.
Yeah.
You don't really see that nowadays, but the good thing about YouTube is they've designed it now where you can actually put other people's channels within your channel. So when they subscribe to you, I have a whole list of other channels that you probably should check out that I recommend. And I think that's definitely helped out a lot. A lot of people consider it piggyback subs, where they're like dead subscribers, where they'll hit the subscribe button, and chances are, will they watch your video? Probably not. But the good rule of thumb with YouTube is like if you get a quarter of your subscribers, views wise per video, you're doing okay.
Yeah, and it seems to me that the video game community on YouTube is just growing so fast, and you've got so much choice. If you type in, if you want to see a review for a game. You used to go to perhaps a video game website or something. Now, if you go on YouTube, you've got hundreds and hundreds of reviews of one game. Do you feel it's sort of almost getting too big, that there's too many people on YouTube talking about video gaming?
I don't think it's a bad thing. I mean, there's nothing bad about it getting big, and there's a lot of variety out there. But the only thing that sucks is just for people that want to start gaming channels or start new channels. It's going to be very difficult for them to get their feet off the ground. They really got to do something that's out of the ordinary, something that's really special. And then there are people out there. I mean, there's I'm gonna give them a quick shout out, but these guys called Game Chasers. I think their channel is Captain 8-Bit. But those guys kind of did like American Picker style show. They just started out within the past couple months, and they're blown right up. They're gonna be surpassing me here, and they deserve it because I mean the amount of time and the amount of effort in. It looks like a pro TV show. I mean, you got to do something that's outside of the box,
So would that be your one piece of advice for anyone who's starting a video game channel now? Do something a little bit different.
Yeah, do something different. Do something that starts out. Maybe you don't have the highest. You don't have Final Cut Pro or the best editing software out there, but do something that somebody's not doing, or make yourself stand out somehow. Don't be like me. Don't be like somebody else. No, no. I'm not one of those people. I think that's. I mean, the Mr. Sock thing is really the only thing that kind of differentiates me from other people. But
Yeah. Also, the fact that you've got so much. I don't really know many YouTube channels got as much going on as you. The fact that you got lots of features on your video game channel, but then plus you've got the music channel, you got your website, you got your vlog channel. I think that obviously that's something to me that separates your channel as well. The fact that you're sort of doing so many things at once.
Yeah, it's hard. I don't recommend it, but I did it.
You seem to be doing all right with it, and you're enjoying it, and I guess that's the main thing, isn't it? So,
yeah, exactly.
We're coming up to about the 50-minute mark now, so I don't want to let it go on too long. I've had some people say that the videos are too long, stuff like that, so I think we'll finish it off there. So just want to say really thank you so much for coming along. I know I've told you that I'm not a long-term subscriber, and you know that. I've come here from Yuri of Wind, but I think your channel's really great, and I really appreciate that you agreed to come on and speak to me now. And I'd really tell anyone who on my channel who's watching this, or on the website gaminterrupted.com who's watching this, to go ahead and check out Tim's channel, JumbleJunkie. The link will obviously be in the description. Just check out his videos. He's got a whole load of content there. We've been talking about all of it here today, so go ahead and check that out. Hopefully you'll enjoy it. Tim, is there anything you just want to say to finish off?
No, and the reason why I do interviews like this is to help the community, help you out, and help me out.
Well, yeah, I really appreciate you.
I appreciate it. No, hey, I like what you're doing. I mean, I listened to the Yuri Win interview. I thought it was very good. So
yeah,
Sweet that I'm on board too.
Yep.
I feel special.
Well, yeah. So just thanks so much for coming along. And thank you to all of you guys who are watching this. Thanks to everyone on the website who's coming over. Make sure you check out GamingRapture.com. If you're watching this on GamingRapture.com, then head over to the YouTube channel. Check out all the other interviews. This is the fourth one, so if you've just watching this one, please go ahead and check out the three I've done before. And so thank you very much for watching, and I'll talk to you later on.